Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, class. This is Professor Coyote. Welcome you back to our Let's Play of Europa Universalis for our Russia campaign. Now, as you know from last time, we got quite a little bit done. We finished eating up Georgia to free up finally some slots in our diplomatic rate. We're not great right now, but hey, we're kind of full. We've got 3 vassals left. We've got Kazan, Tuscany, and Siena, which we need to... Looks like with Siena, we need to improve relations. Yeah. So we're gonna... we won't be able to eat one of those for a little bit. We're trying to keep our buddies in England and the Commonwealth pretty much. And we're checking out things here. Now, the big news is we have just the final step with Rome to go. We have accepted Umbrian culture, and we just need, it looks like 1658, so 10 years, plus or minus any benefits or detractions we get to Rome. So theoretically, if nothing else happens, in 10 years we'll be able to take the achievement and finish this, we'll finish things out here. We'll have some thoughts. Probably end up doing, like I said, probably once I finish the achievement, I'm gonna take the game, do it for some fun, and then just kind of do an epilogue sometime later, because I think it's time to move on. We've done really well. This means it's the second straight campaign we've actually succeeded, and well, look, anyone who's actually dipped into my archive knows that there's a couple there that have been having problems. The Ethiopian campaign and the horrible King campaign, which, admittedly, that's due to issues that everybody seems to have with Ming post-Mandate of Heaven. Anywho, let's look at things. Kazan's pissed off, which sucks because we would like to eat them and just finally finish them off. So let's just depause. Okay, so Aragon doesn't consider us a rival anymore because apparently what happens sometimes is when rivalries, everything resets whenever you come back from a pause. So that's fine. Guess they're happy with us not being in Italy. You know what we need to do? We need to start doing some embargoing. Hold on. Boop. Right now, our rivals, which will probably drop, Aragon, so we need to embargo... I think we're already embargoing the Ottomans. We're already embargoing the Ottomans? Yeah, okay. And I think we're already embargoing Sweden, too, but just in case, let's embargo them. We don't need your IKEA! Take your IKEA and go away! Woo! Okay. 1649. So that is just 9 more years. Yes. 9 more years before we tear down the Vatican and put up the what would be Russian Orthodox equivalency of the Vatican. Oh, St. Basil's, but that's in Moscow already. The Netherlands have declared independence. Good for them. We're not involved, so who cares? Ha 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 ha. Alright. So let's just look at a couple things we could probably do. Finish off the Pope, because why not? Did the Pope throw in with... Nope, it's Austria and Savoy. So who's at war? France and France's buddies. Hey, the good thing is Sweden split off from the Ottomans, the Ottomans, but they are allied with the Netherlands. Alright, let's look at a couple things here. Morocco likes us. Tunis doesn't. Hey! The people of Russia have forgotten St. Nicholas. Oh, we forgot Santa Claus! Alright, so we are done here in Taiwan. Taiwan needs to get converted, but it is now Russian. So, let's see what we can do now. Probably, we wanna, yeah. Let's take some of that very lucrative. Oh, you took like the best piece too, didn't you? Yeah. Boo. So let's start making, yeah. Let's start making the Philippines Russian. Because why not? Because why not? Alright, so we can't do that anymore. Hey, we finally get to take Admin 16! Wow! What is this metallurgy you're talking about? We know not of this! Madness and witchcraft! Alright, you know what we're gonna do? Nope, Ming cleared us the rival, so they hate us. I wonder if we could, like, somehow annex Tidor. They kind of hate us, but, you know what? Hey, jerks! You would take an alliance anyway. Blah, 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 blah. We're on that one, right? Yes. Alright, so you guys can go hang out over there. Tunis is a bag of dicks, but that's normal. 1649. Are we ever going to be able to afford that institution? Probably not. It takes 1,276 ducats in order to embrace global trade. How's the corruption going? We are now sub 10. That's good. Which means we have that one loan left. And we're about 425, but we're at least making money enough to almost start doing army maintenance now. Yeah. Let's do that a little bit. Oh, manufactories changes everything. What was Aragon doing? And, of course, the Netherlands, they were independent for all of 14 seconds. And then France said no. Bye-bye, Netherlands. I'm sure you'll pop up again later. Alright, so... Well, here's the thing. Do we even want to deal with this? No. We don't have a heck of... You know what? You know how we solve this? We go, hey, improve relation. We don't need that. We'll do that, and then, There we go. Been meaning to do that for the institution penalty for a while. So that cuts us down to a sub 1,000, and we've got the spread now up 10%. So eventually that'll even go lower. Let's see, mercantilism. Wait. So we get free mercantilism? So free mercantilism or 10 prestige, 10 legitimacy. We're gonna have to go with that. The legitimacy was below 80, below 90, so that actually helps us a little bit. Papal separatists are being dorks. That's fine. Austria has, wow, it's just gonna be back and forth between Austria and Bohemia because now Austria's going on Bohemia. Fun times. All right, let's speed up a little bit. Doop-de-doo. Doop-de-doo. Austria got a gift from Scotland, of all places. Hey, great family ties of Tuscany. Those Tuscan Raiders. All right. So we'll give them 5 Patriarch Authority back. Probably should have cashed out a little bit, but meanwhile, Siena does like us. That's good. You know what? Let's just... Oh, don't want to annex Tuscany. Excuse me. What can we do for a Klondike bar here? They're mad because we annexed somebody. You're at 54%. We need to lower this, but we don't want to blow the prestige. It's because they're getting bigger. Oh, it's because our Diplo rep is garbage. That should probably come back soon. 1655. So 5 years. And then we can eat them then. Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. We've already made nice to the Commonwealth and Aragon. Don't care. It's kind of like that. I'm so close to getting the goal. I don't really care if the world catches fire. Oh, our missionary strength's down to 0.5 because we lost all that authority. So that bumps it up to 64. So 14 years. I totally forgot about the authority. There's not really any way to get it better either. Well, actually, I'm sorry, there is a way to get better. I forgot. Okay. So, let's go around, and we can do a couple of things here. This is totally something I forgot to do. So, we make a metropolitan there. That gives state maintenance of 10%, monthly devastation of 0.5, but 0.5% patriarch authority. Boom. And we can do similar here. I forgot, it was only 10%, so boom. And you can only do the metropolitan in certain areas. Yeah. There's some new legitimacy. That's a metropolitan. There's another one. I mean, yes, we're spending money. But, boom. We just upped the patriarch authority back to 20%. I wonder... Oh, yeah. We'll metropolitanize the whole area. Can't do that. Can't do that. I think we've just about metropolitanized the only ones we can. Yeah, because they've got to have 30. Yeah. Although I think it actually balances out because you get some of that nice, sweet 5%. Yeah, you lower the devastation, so we're very close now. All right, so that actually should speed it back up with Rome, up to 0.9% at least. So that's better than we were starting at. I don't, like I said, unfortunately. Oh, there we go. We can metropolitanize there. Already metropolitanizes Moscow. Come on, there's got to be like one more. Nope. Nowhere that's going to be 30 when we make them states anyway. Okay, so that should get us to a full 1%. Alright, so that speeds that up. Oh no, we lost our general. So that knocks it back down to 57. So 6 years. 6 years. Eh, what the hell. We'll do that. Hey, skills of the queen. Nice. What did we get out of it? We got military technology cost. We are so far away from getting any sort of absolutism. But, like I said, we're doing just pretty good. And really what we could be doing is we could be starting some wars. We could be trying to annex people. Hey, it looks like Siena can be annexed. Let's actually annex them. Although they're at a Tech 20 military. Well, if we annex them, that puts us in close. I mean, you know, these are things for to decide later. Mostly, it's just wanting to go. And so let's start talking about things going here. Okay. As we rocket towards the Catholic zealots. Hey, unrest. Unrest down is good. So, May 1657. So let's talk at least a little bit about how well things have gone. So it's 16. It's going. So the game basically we achieved 1657. Probably could have done better. But actually, I don't think so. We did pretty well against the Ottomans. was a good hiccup. We managed to... What probably sped the game up was getting that nice score right there in Macedonia. So we can just go boop. Because, hey, sweet. Because let's face it, trying to get either Edirne or Constantinople would have been a slog. Especially because they were already passing us technology and, yeah. So we got a good luck there and managed to score these two. It's just, you know... I'm really happy with how this campaign turned out. Yeah, the Ottomans doing stupid things. Sure, why not? Actually, we can use this to pay off the loan, almost, I believe. Nope. Not yet, but soon. Anyway, I mean, we did pretty well against the Ottomans. All times. I mean, and we're in a position where we can actually then force back against the Ottomans. Because for some reason... Okay, now they've finally gotten a quantity. So actually, it's a good thing we're doing this now. Because when they do quantity, that's almost game over. Well, not game over, but very rough. Oh, yes. Oh, corruption. That's okay, we only lost diplomatic power there. Yeah, I took a couple of risky maneuvers. The corruption, pushing it way almost over 20, was a big issue that ran right into probably extended the game a little bit. You know, not basically just giving up on the Ottomans and focusing on Italy once we had the chance to. Yes, that was a big risk. Who knows? That's probably going to be something that bites me in the butt when I try to play the game going further. Yeah, thank you, Ming. You know, but then again, that's what this campaign was, an achievement chase. It was just purely going for an achievement. And, you know, I'm comfortable with that. I'm comfortable with the fact that this may not end up with a good, you know, end game, basically. Because, hey, boom, we got that. We're gonna redecorate Rome. So, roll credits. Ding. And, you know... Now, reflecting on Third Rome, if... And I'm going to say this. I know that I'm not big in the community, or else I'd probably get a lot more viewers. I know there was a big 1-2 hit that Paradox has taken this early summer. First by releasing Third Rome a couple of months after Mandate of Heaven that people already had a problem with. And then the controversy about raising DLC rates right on the summer sale. Which, you know, now they've gone back and supposedly fixed. I haven't checked. I've got all the DLC, so it's not like I skipped anything. Can I do this yet? Nope. Wow. No. Super no. But I will say this. If they do these mini DLCs with stuff like this, where they focus on just one culture and monkey around with it, then I could definitely get behind that. You know, this is only $10. Yeah, maybe it should have been cheaper since it was only focusing on Russia. But if I do those, you know, maybe not immediately 3 months like they did. I mean, if Mandate of Heaven was a culture thing for the Asia, I mean, it was a culture thing for Asia. But if it was just a culture thing, like Third Rome, and then they had somehow, you know, it was cheaper and it was smaller, and then released this 3 months later, I wouldn't be so frustrated like everyone else was. they didn't add too much in this patch, so it's not like this is a major patch after a major patch. You know, very short. It was a minor patch after a major patch, and I think it actually made Russia pretty strong. I mean, obviously, I'm a middling player, and I was able to basically power through and consecrate, kabing, and shouldn't that? There we go. Redecorating. Roll credits. Anyway, so if, like I said, it's made Russia fairly powerful. I don't know if that's intentional, so now you can go and break Ming with Russia. But then again, Russia's always been a bit powerful, although with a bit of a double-edged sword. It's huge, and it just gets huge faster now because of the free colonization of Siberia. I mean, think about that. We managed to blow through all this just shy of that initial get to the Pacific Coast achievement, like by 1610. And all its cost was a crap ton of Diplo points. And that's it. It didn't cost money. It didn't cost having to wait for colonist slots. I didn't have to basically blow an entire idea on exploration or expansion. I mean, I did expansion, but that's just because, whatever. And that is insanely powerful for a country to get free, what basically amounts to free colonization. Yes, Diplo points are at a premium, but at the same time, you can always mitigate that. You can, you know, take good advisors. Always make a national focus on Diplo. You know, that kind of thing. So it's going to be interesting to play non-Russia games in the future to see how like much of a world power they are. Now we did end up 5th right now, only because of our we've got a 50. Basically, we're 2 techs behind. This puts us 2nd overall behind the Ottomans, and that's going to be an issue coming up. We're not broke, but we definitely can't afford catching up. Well, we're close. We're close to taking that embracing. Yeah, so there we go. So this is what we're going to do. We are going to... this is going to be the last episode of this one regularly. Like I said, I will probably end up coming back and doing an epilogue. Basically, you know, it's 1657, so there's what, 180, 170 years left to go in the game to run it full out. But at least as far as getting the achievement, we're done. We are done. As you can see, you saw that it popped up, bing, redecorating. So you know, we have achieved Russia's ideals of making Rome into actual, you know, making it into Third Rome by reconquering Rome. Now, what we could do is we could make Second Rome by reconquering Constantinople, but you know. And in fact, actually, I'm kind of surprised that wasn't part of the achievement. You know, like the 3 Romes, conquer St. Petersburg. Well, okay, actually, it'd still be Moscow, but you always move your thing to St. Petersburg. So conquer Constantinople and Rome. I mean, they've got basically what's a Sultan of Rome as the Ottomans, which does the reverse. I mean, you don't even have to beat your head in trying to take Jerusalem. You could just take those 2, and it would still be pretty nasty. Now, yeah. I really hope you've liked watching this series. I know I've liked doing it. This is definitely one that was going pretty well. It didn't look like there was any hiccups at all. There was the you know, because like when I was doing, we're doing the Hungary one. There was that last hiccup there where I had to kind of like go, oh crap, bleh. And that extended the game for maybe 30 years. But here, the only hiccup was by in reading the achievement that you have to take Napoli and Salerno in order to basically consecrate the whole metropolis. Because I think, well, let's look at one of these that isn't. No, huh? I guess you know what? Maybe you didn't have to. Maybe I was silly. Or it could just be that Tora Pets is... I don't know. That, well, you know what? Maybe I didn't have to do that. Maybe I extended the game a little bit much. Whatever. But anyway. Yeah, let's just zoom in and out and go, woo! So the next series, I've got a couple things in mind. One, I'm going to continue doing Star Flight, of course. Like I said, that was my project. I know I didn't do one a couple weeks. This last week was busy and kind of crazy, but I'll be getting back to that. I'll be getting back to at least one episode of that a week. I do have a request that a friend of mine made for EU4. That is taking Sri Lanka and kind of doing with Sri Lanka what we did with Wales, i.e. Sri Lanka conquers the world. I'm probably going to do that. I don't have a hell of a lot of experience starting in India. I mean, there's like, what, been 2 or 3 campaigns that every time I start outside of Europe, you know, things always seem to go a little bit pear-shaped. So we'll see about that. I do want to do the Sri Lanka one. We'll get to that. Maybe it'll be the next EU. You know, it's not like there's anything down the road that's I haven't even heard about them planning anything. I haven't seen a developer diary that even hints at even what they're going to do in the next patch, much less next DLC. So I'm thinking that Paradox they're kind of done for a little bit. We'll probably get a big DLC at the end of the year, and that's about it. I don't see us having one, say, in September. I think it would be more, say, December. Or maybe November at the earliest, that we get a new big old DLC, or even one of these mini DLCs. I don't see them trying to do anything for a little bit. They got a little bit burned with certain decisions, and if it's probably in their best interest to just kind of like, okay guys, we're sorry, whatever, hey, we'll focus, let's go focus on, you know, Running White Wolf, since we bought them last year. I don't know. But anywho, now, a couple other things I did pick up that might be fun to run. I don't know if I'm ever going to really do the streaming regularly, but I did pick up Subnautica finally, so I might do that. I know that the entire point of this was to do historical-based games, so, you know, maybe I should go back to Civilization 6. Maybe I should go back to Civilization 6 is what I said. And continue that. I guess I got ticked off at that because, there's... What happened to the Sim 6 Aztec thing? What happened? It's been almost a year now. Unless maybe they finally added it and I just didn't notice. Because doing the Aztecs will be fun if I can ever actually do it. Sorry, I'm just trying to look this up. I know... Yeah. Let me see if big if they drop or have dropped Aztec, then we'll probably end up doing that for fun, because that's what I've been looking forward to for Civ 6. I know I should have pre-ordered it, and that's on me. But anyway, so I'm sorry, I've been babbling for the last 10 minutes. So, when Civ 6 does Aztec, we'll get back to that. I might, one day I'll get back to finishing Teddy. You know, I really like Teddy Roosevelt, obviously. But it's been so long on that, I kind of almost need to start from scratch. And we've got the Sri Lanka thing here with the EU, or I might look for another achievement to chase, because I really like doing campaigns where you chase achievements, because I've put, you know what, let's go to the tail of the tape, like I always say. I have put in, come on Steam, cooperate with me. I have put in 1,100 hours on EU. 1,100 hours. So I'm almost kind of like the whole, I might need a bit of just a scooch, a bit of a break. Oh! Well, apparently the Aztec pack finally actually did drop. It added on the... Okay, well, apparently they did drop the Aztec pack, although no one ever noticed that. Let me check this. That's bizarre. Then why didn't it ever work? I'm gonna look into that, because that's... Oh, they just dropped Persia and Macedon in March. Maybe there's just a goof on that. Okay, excuse me about that. Anywho, blah 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 blah. I've put in 1,100 hours on EU4, and I've only had this about a couple of years, because I got in. I think I got in what, right after Rights, just about Rights of Man, I think. So I do need to put something else in before I burn out on EU. I'll probably end up doing... I did buy Subnautica, so I might do that. Subnautica, yeah, I know it's more of a good streamer game, but it might still be fun to just mess around with. I've got a couple other games I wouldn't mind doing. We'll see. We'll see. The important thing is, I hope you had fun watching Russia take over Rome. Maybe you'll do it yourself one day. Try and beat me. Mine was May 1657. Okay, technically June, because you had to wait for the month to kick in the achievement. And anyway, I hope you have a very excellent rest of your day. Look at that. Class dismissed. We'll see ya on our next class, whatever it may be. And I hope you join me for that, and I hope you tell your friends. Have a good one.